Once, in a vast land where the grasses swayed like the waves of an endless sea, there lived a young boy named Kintu. Kintu was small for his age, with bright eyes that sparkled with curiosity and a spirit that yearned for adventure. But, despite his eager heart, he often felt invisible, like a shadow among the tall grasses of his village. The other boys would laugh at his small size, and even the elders, with their wise eyes and knowing smiles, often overlooked him. But Kintu had a secret dream, one that he held close to his heart. Every night, as the village slept under the silver gaze of the moon, Kintu would sneak away to the edge of the plains, where the great lions roamed. He watched them move with quiet power, their golden eyes shining like stars, their roars echoing across the night like thunder. To Kintu, the lions were the very embodiment of courage and strength, everything he wished to be. How he longed to run with them, to feel the earth beneath his paws, to have the strength that could protect his village from any harm. In his heart, Kintu believed that if he could only become a lion, he would finally find the respect he so desperately craved. One evening, as he sat watching the lions from a safe distance, an old woman appeared beside him. Her face was lined with the wisdom of many years, and her eyes held a mysterious light. She seemed to appear from nowhere, moving as silently as the night itself. "Why do you sit here every night, little one?" she asked, her voice soft yet filled with a strange power. Kintu, surprised, stammered, I watch the lions. I wish I could be like them." The old woman nodded knowingly. "And why would you want to be a lion?" Kintu took a deep breath, feeling the weight of his dream swell within him. "Because lions are strong, and they are brave. They do not fear anything, and they protect their pride. I want to be like that, so that I, too, can protect those I care for." The woman studied him for a long moment, and then she smiled, a gentle, understanding smile. To become a lion is no small feat. It is not just the strength of the body that makes a lion, it is also the strength of the heart. Are you ready to prove yourself? Kintu's heart pounded with excitement. He nodded vigorously, his eyes shining with determination. "Yes, I am ready." The woman reached out and placed her hand over his heart, and for a moment, he felt a strange warmth flood through him, a warmth that spread from his chest to every corner of his being. "Then close your eyes, Kintu, and remember this feeling. Remember your heart's desire, and let it guide you." Kintu closed his eyes, and as he did, the world around him seemed to fade. He felt a surge of strength, a primal energy flowing through him, as though he were connected to the very soul of the land. When he opened his eyes, he was no longer a boy. He was a lion, a magnificent, golden lion with a powerful body and sharp, gleaming claws. His vision was sharper, his hearing more acute, and he could feel the earth beneath his paws in a way he had never felt before. Kintu let out a low growl, feeling the strength of his voice reverberate through his chest. He was no longer small or weak, he was a lion, the creature he had always admired. For a moment, he was overwhelmed by the joy of his transformation, and he ran across the plains, feeling the wind rush through his golden fur, the power in his muscles as he leaped over rocks and bushes. But soon, he remembered the old woman's words. It was not only the strength of the body that made a lion, but the strength of the heart. And so, Kintu returned to his village, determined to protect his people, to show them that he was no longer the small boy they had once known. That night, as he prowled near the edge of the village, he heard a sound that made his heart race. It was the roar of another lion, deep and menacing, coming from the far side of the village. Kintu knew this roar. It belonged to a rogue lion, a fierce creature that had terrorized the village in the past, stealing livestock and frightening the people. Without hesitation, Kintu raced toward the sound, his heart pounding not with fear but with resolve. He found the rogue lion stalking toward the village, its eyes fixed on the huts where the villagers slept. Kintu stepped into its path, his golden mane glowing under the moonlight, his gaze steady and unyielding. The rogue lion snarled, baring its teeth, but Kintu held his ground, his heart filled with the courage he had always dreamed of possessing. With a mighty roar, Kintu challenged the rogue lion, his voice echoing across the plains. The rogue lion paused, surprised by the strength and determination in Kintu's gaze. For a moment, the two lions stared at each other, a silent battle of wills, until finally, the rogue lion lowered its head and slunk back into the shadows, defeated not by strength alone, but by the power of Kintu's unshakable spirit. The village, hearing the roars, awoke to find a lone lion standing guard at the edge of their home. They recognized the strength and bravery in its stance, and though they did not know it was Kintu, they felt a newfound respect and admiration for the lion that had protected them. They called him the guardian of the plains, a protector sent by the spirits to watch over them. As dawn approached, Kintu felt the warmth of the sun on his fur, and he knew his journey was complete. He returned to the place where he had met the old woman, and there, he found her waiting, a gentle smile on her face. "You have proven yourself, Kintu," she said softly. "You have shown not only strength, but courage and loyalty. You are no longer the boy who wished to be a lion, you are the lion who protects his people." With those words, the woman placed her hand over Kintu's heart once more, and as the first light of dawn broke over the horizon, Kintu felt his body shift, his fur fading, his claws softening, until he was once again a boy. But he was different now, no longer small or overlooked, but strong and brave, with a heart as fierce as any lion. When he returned to the village, the people looked at him with new eyes, for they saw in him a strength they had never seen before. Though they did not know of his might as a lion, they could feel the courage in his spirit, and they welcomed him as their protector, their guardian. And so, Kintu lived on, forever changed, a boy with the heart of a lion, a protector of his people and a symbol of courage for all who knew him. And each night, as he looked out across the plains, he would remember the power of his dream and the old woman's words, that true strength lies not in the body, but in the heart that beats with the courage to protect and the wisdom to guide.